by the words beginning with the disappearance of perceptions and so on is meant what? To all sense, non-attention to all sense sphere consciousness, to all kama vajra consciousness. So, in fact, when a person enters into the arupa vajra jhana, there are no rupa vajra consciousness and no kama vajra consciousness. So, surmounting some and not paying attention to some, he enters into the immaterial jhana. So when he is in the immaterial jhana, there are no rupa vajra jhanas and also no kama vajra consciousness, sense sphere consciousness. Actually, when one gets the arupa vajra jhana, then the rupa vajra jhanas disappear. So this is a brief. Unbounded space, and this is not difficult to understand, because it is called unbounded because it has neither an end as its arising or end as its disappearing. No arising, no disappearing. That is why it is called boundless. He enters 24, paragraph 24. He enters upon and dwells in the base consisting of boundless space. Now we must examine this, because base consisting of boundless space is not an accurate translation. What do you mean? What do you understand by the base consisting of boundless space? It really means first arupa vajra jhana and its concomitants. So, please look at the notes. The first arupa vajra jhana is called akasananchayatana. It's a long name. So, that word is composed of two parts, akasanancha and ayatana. So, akasanancha and the paragraph sign. My printer is cannot print the sign. What do you call that? Smaller than or derived from. So I use that in my computer, but the printer doesn't print it. So it should be, what sign this?
Greater than?
Less than, right? Oh. It is derived from, it means. So akasanancha is derived from akasananta. This is the Pali grammar. So akasanancha and akasananta have the same meaning, namely boundless space. Now, ayatana, the word ayatana means a base in the sense of habitat here. So, jhana citta and its concomitants are called akasanancha ayatana because they have boundless space as their habitat. That means as their object. Not the base, but something that has the base. That is what is meant by the word akasananchayatana. So the translation is not accurate. The base consisting of boundless space. Actually, something which has boundless space as a base. And base here means object. So
this is similar to the two senses in which you talk about sana being both.
Right. Yes. Because the word akasanancha yatana belongs to a kind of compounds where the compound word signifies something other than those denoted by the individual words, but qualified by them, thereby denoting possession, habitation, and so on. This is a Pali grammar. The individual words mean something, and the compound word means another thing, connected with them, but not them. So the 29 Palms, I think that is a good example. So there is a city called 29 Palms in Southern California. And why is that city called 29 Palms? Because there are 29 palms there. So maybe there are more than 29 palms now, but that is another thing. So a city called 29 palms means a city where there are 29 palms. So the word 29 palms does not mean 29 palms, but a place, a city where there are 29 palms. So 29 is 29 and palms is palms. But when these words denote or used as a compound, they do not mean 29 palms, but a place which has or where there are 29 palms. In the same way, Akasa Nancha and Ayatana here. Akasa Nancha means boundless space and Ayatana means base. But when they are compounded and when they become a compound noun, they do not mean boundless space as a base, but they mean something which has boundless space as a base. And base here means object. So it is not a base, but something which has that base. That's important. So we'll have to understand that whenever we see base consisting of boundless space, because the other three are the three jhanas are also the same. So not the base, but something that has the base. And the word ayatana here is sometimes it means a habitat, where something is born or where something is found or originated. Like the base for the deities. You know that the base for the deities, what's that?
The inhabitant.
Actually it means in our countries we offer some things to the deities, the spirits, and then we build houses for them. So that is called Deva Yatana, or just a shrine. A shrine for a deity is called a Deva Yatana in Pali. So Ayatana is that. Habitat means just a place for him.
They also live in trees.
Oh yes, yeah, they do.
Is that called a spirit house? Like it is in
Yeah,
Thailand?
spirit house, something like that. He enters upon and dwells in. They are not difficult. So, and so in the paragraph 24, about the middle of the paragraph, that boundless space is the base in the sense of habitat for the jhana. Whose nature is it to be associated with it? That is not accurate. So we should strike out those words, whose nature it is to be associated with it, and then replace them with other words, with its associated states. So the sentence should read, in the sense of habitat for the jhana, with its associated states. You'll find these words in paragraph 49. So please go to paragraph 49, and then you'll see them there.
At the beginning. At the beginning of the paragraph.
Beginning?
49.
Yeah, with its associated states. So the Pali word is the same. So here, he misunderstood the Pali word Dhamma. I have told you that the word Dhamma is very difficult to translate, and you cannot translate that word with one word every time you meet it. So Dhamma here means just the Dhamma, the states, mental states, or sometimes maybe physical states, but here mental states. But he took Dhamma to mean nature here, but it doesn't mean nature here. Sometimes it means nature in the words like Vaya Dhamma Sankhara. That means the formations have the nature of disintegrating, the nature of disappearing. In that context, the word Dhamma means nature. But here, Sampayutta Dhamma, if you are familiar with Abhidhamma, reading Pali books, you'll be familiar with this one. So Sambayutta Dhamma means associated states. So the jhana with its associated state is called Akasananjayatana. So not only jhana, but with the associated states also are called Akasananjayatana. Now the second one. After that, the base consisting of boundless consciousness. We'll have to modify that too. So when you want to get the second Arupa Vajrajana, you find fault with the first Arupa Vajrajana and so on. And then you practice meditation again, and then you get second jhana. So the text is by completely surmounting the base consisting of boundless space. That means by completely surmounting the first Arupa Vajrajana, and then you practice unbounded consciousness, and then enters upon and dwells in the base consisting of boundless consciousness. That means it is a description of second Arupa Vajrajana. So the second Arupa Vajrajana takes first Arupa Vajrajita as object. That is why here unbounded consciousness. So you want to surmount the first Arupa Vajrajana, but you dwell upon it. You look, you pay attention to it and say unbounded consciousness, and then you surmount it. Now, the second word, and here the word is Vinyananjayatana. So please look at the note. Vinyananjayatana. So Vinyananja and Ayatana. So Vinyananja comes from Vinyanananja. And that also is a compound of Vinyana, Ananja. Ananja means boundless, and Vinyana means consciousness. So boundless consciousness. Here boundless consciousness means the first Arupa Vajrajana. Now Ayatana means a base in the sense of habitat. Here Jhana Cheta and its concomitants are called Vinyananjayatana because they have boundless first Arupa Vajrajita as their habitat or as their object. So it is not the base, but it is the jhana and its concomitants which are called Vinyananjayatana. And then paragraph 30, for it is said in the Vibhanga, unbounded consciousness, he gives attention to that same space pervaded by consciousness. He pervades boundlessly, hence unbounded consciousness is said. But in that passage, tam yeva akasam vinyanam vinyanina phutam, the instrumental case by consciousness must be understood in the sense of accusative. Although the case is instrumental, the meaning is not instrumental, the meaning is accusative. So actually what is meant here is not space pervaded by consciousness, but consciousness pervading the space. That is the actual meaning you have to take. So literally translated, it means space pervaded by consciousness. But the actual meaning here is consciousness pervading the space. Because this second Arupa Vajrajana takes the first consciousness, Arupa Vajra consciousness as object, not space as object. So here, by consciousness must be understood in the accusative sense. That means he gives attention to consciousness which pervades the space, or pervading the space. So, and then Vinyananjayatana is explained here, but should understand according to the explanation I have given. Now the third one, nothingness. Now we come to nothingness. The third one takes the absence or nothingness of the first as an object. After getting the second, he wants to go on to the third. So in order to get the third jhana, he dwells upon the absence of the first arupa vajra jhana. When he gets the second arupa vajra jhana, the first is gone. So after getting the second arupa vajra jhana, the first is said to be non-existent. So when he wants to get to the third arupa vajra jhana, he takes that absence or nothingness of the first arupa vajra jhana as object, and that is conceptualized nothingness. That is real nothingness, not like void of permanency, happiness, and so on. In many places, when the word void or sunya is used in Pali, it means it is void of permanency and so on. But here, the word used is void also, or secluded and so on. But actually what is meant here is that nothingness, that non-existence or absence of the first arupa vajra jhana. So dwelling on the first absence of the first arupa vajra jhana, he say the void, or secluded. So he dwell upon it again and again, and then he gets the third arupa vajra jhana. So there is a simile here. Suppose a man sees a community of bhikkhus and so on. And then the text and commentary. By completely surmounting the base consisting of boundless consciousness, that means the second arupa vajra jhana, aware that there is nothing, he enters upon and dwells in the base consisting of nothingness. By surmounting the base consisting of boundless consciousness, here too the jhana is called the base consisting of boundless consciousness in the way already stated, and its object is also so called too. So here boundless consciousness means the jhana as well as the object of jhana. And it is the base in the sense locality of the species, as Cambodia is the base of horses. Cambodia is a country maybe in the northwest of India, and good horses are said to be raised there. So you get good horses when you go to the Cambodia. So it is a like nowadays. What do you say about horses? Well-bred horses. It's a very, very expensive horses.
Purebred.
Thoroughbreds.
Arabian horses?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, but they're thoroughbreds. That's how we term them.
Yeah, but from the country they come, or where they could be found, Arabian horses or something like that.
There's one in Austria and Vienna. What are they? What are they called?
So Cambodia is
Something else.
a country or a place where good horses are raised, where good horses come from. So in the same way here, the word base or ayatana is used. Now, the third arupa vajra jhana and its concomitants are called akinchanya yatana. So on the sheet down to the bottom, akinchanya and ayatana. Akinchanya comes from akinchana. Now, the word kinchana is translated as owning in this book, paragraph 39. But actually, kinchana is here explained in the sub-commentary as just nothing. Now, this word kinchana has two meanings. One meaning is concern. It's a concern for something. That is also called kinchana. So one who has no concern for anything, one who has no worries is called akinchana. An arahant is described as akinchana. because he has no worries, he has nothing to be concerned about. That is one meaning. And here, kinchana, the same word, means nothing whatsoever. Not concerned or not owning. So here, when you say akinchana, that means nothing, nothing, nothing. So it means a state of having nothing or simply nothingness, which here means nothingness or absence of the first arupa vajra ceta. Ayatana means base, the same, and jhana ceta, its concomitants are called akinchanya ayatana because they have nothingness or absence of the first arupa ceta as their habitat or as their object. So the third arupa vajra ceta takes the nothingness of or the absence of the first arupa vajra ceta. So it is not just a base, but something that has nothingness as a base, nothingness as an object. So these three words are the same. The first arupa vajra, second arupa vajra, and third arupa vajra, the Pali words, belong to the same kind of compounds. So they, as a compound, they mean something other than those denoted by the individual words. Now the last one is different. So the last one is called neither perception nor non-perception. It's very very strange expression. Neither perception nor non-perception. So you find fault with the third arupa vajra jhana, and then you dwell upon the third arupa vajra jhana. It is good, it is peaceful, something like that. And it is explained here. Where? Later on. So you practice, you take the third arupa vajra jhana as an object, and then you say it is good, it is peaceful, it is good, it is peaceful, and then say you gain the fourth arupa vajra jhana. And the fourth arupa vajra jhana is called neither neva sanya na sanya yatana, neither perception nor non-perception. Now, that word is explained in two ways. The first, number 1 and number 2. Do you see the difference between number 1 and number 2 on the sheet? Second sheet. The Pali words. Do you see the difference? Neva sanya na sanya yatana. Neva sanya na sanya plus ayatana. Do they look the same to you? You see the difference? Where?
Yes, the last A.
Hmm?
The last A.
The last A, right. So number 1, in number 1 the last A is short, and number 2 the last A is long. Very good.
And that's the only, if you saw this, you would know that? If you're reading Pali?
Yeah. They can mean quite two different things. The one with short A and the one with long A. So number 1. Now, neva sanya na sanya. So neva sanya means having no sanya, and na sanya means not having no sanya. Oh, I forgot to put the signs there. Na sanya. Not having no sanya. Now here, jhana cita and its concomitants are called neva sanya na sanya. Not neva sanya na sanya. Neva sanya na sanya. Because they have no gross sanya, nor are they completely without subtle sanya. Sanya means perception, and sanya means something that has perception. So here, jhana cita and its concomitants are called neva sanya na sanya, because they do not have gross sanya, yet they are not completely without subtle sanya. So here, nivasanya nasanya means the jhana and its concomitants. So, in this compound, ayatana, a base, is the same as the nivasanya nasanya. So they are one is the adjective of the other. One qualifies the other. So ayatana here by base are meant the jhana, chaita and its concomitants. They are called base because they are included respectively in the mana base and dhamma base among the 12 bases. Now there are 12 bases taught in Abhidhamma. And two of them are manayatana, mana base, and dhammayatana, dhamma base. Manayatana, mana base means just types of consciousness. And dhamma base means cetasikas and some kind of rupas and others. Nibbana is also included here. So, here, nivasanya, nasanya, and ayatana both mean the same thing. Nivasanya, nasanya means jhana, chaita and its concomitants, and ayatana also means jhana, chaita and its concomitants. So it is different. This compound is different. So the jhana, chaita and its concomitants are called nivasanya, nasanya, ayatana because they have no gross sanya, nor do they not have subtle sanya, and at the same time they are bases. So this compound is different from the other three compounds. Unlike the three previous words, the word nivasanya, nasanya, ayatana is another kind of compound where the whole compound means what is signified by the individual members, one qualifying the other. Second meaning, nivasanya, neither sanya, nasanya, nor non-sanya, ayatana base. So here, sanya is called nivasanya, nasanya, ayatana. The whole word means sanya here, because it is neither full sanya nor non-sanya, and at the same time it is a base. It cannot function as full sanya, but it is still sanya, so it is called nivasanya, nasanya. It is sanya, but it doesn't function as a full-fledged sanya. Although it does not function as full-fledged sanya, it is still sanya, a very subtle sanya. So it is called nivasanya, nasanya, and ayatana means the same thing. So here, sanya is called nivasanya, nasanya, ayatana because it is neither full sanya nor non-sanya, and at the same time it is a base, or it is included in the dhamma base, or it is dhamma base. But here the presentation is done in terms of sanya, which means sanya here is representative of nama and not sanya only. Therefore we are to understand that nivasanya, nasanya, ayatana means jhana, chaita and its concomitants, not sanya only. So it's very complicated here, explanations. The whole word means sanya, but we must understand that it is not only sanya which is meant, but sanya along with other mental states.
What's the Sanskrit for sanya?
Sanjanya, J-N-A. So in this fourth arupa vajra jhana, sanya becomes so subtle that it cannot function as a full sanya, but since it is since there is still a subtle form of sanya, we cannot call it no sanya at all. So it is neither sanya nor no sanya. And the similes are given, right?
So the object is sanya, the object.
No, the object of this jhana is the third arupa vajra jhana. It is a fourth arupa vajra jhana.
Nothing.
this fourth arupa vajrajana is called neva sanya na sanya yatana. Although the word is sanya, we must understand that it means not only sanya but sanya and other mental states. And the similes are given here, that is smearing of oil on the bowl, and then a teacher and his pupil going on a journey, and teacher wanting to take part, and so on. But in this context, what is perception's function? It is the perception of the perceiving of the object, and it is the production of dispersion if that attainment and its object are made the objective field of insight. What does that mean? It is the perceiving of the object, and it is the production of dispersion if that attainment and its object are made the objective field of insight. Now, perception, sanya. Sanya's function is to perceive the object. So its function here is perceiving the object. And the other function is to become the object of vipassana. So that is what is meant here. It is the production of dispersion if made the objective field of insight. That means it can produce dispersion if it is made the object of vipassana. So when you practice vipassana, you can watch sanya itself, and you see sanya rising and disappearing, and so you become dispassionate towards sanya. But it is not able to make the function of perceiving decisive, as the heat element in tepid water is not able to make the function of burning decisive, and it is not able to produce dispassion by treatment of its objective field with insight in the way that percipient is in the case of other attainments. In the tepid water there is heat element, but it is not able to burn or to heat. So in the same way, there is sanya here, but it cannot function in a decisive way, or it cannot function fully. There is in fact no bhikkhu capable of reaching dispassion by comprehension of aggregates connected with the base consisting of neither perception or non-perception, unless he has already done his interpreting with other aggregates. So there is nobody, even if he is Sariputta, capable of reaching dispassion by comprehension of aggregates connected with the base consisting of neither perception and non-perception, unless he has already done his interpreting with other aggregates. That means he must have practiced vipassana meditation, and then contemplating on the impermanence, suffering and soulless nature of things, of all phenomena, group by group, one by one. So only after that could he, will he be capable of reaching dispassion, otherwise no. So even if he is Sariputta, he will not be able to reach. And that what is missing here. So we should insert the words, there is in fact no bhikkhu, even if he is the Venerable Sariputta. Even if he is the Venerable Sariputta, so capable of reaching dispassion and so on. Then next sentence. And furthermore, when the Venerable Sariputta, or someone very wise and naturally gifted with insight as he was, is able to do so, even he has to do it by means of comprehension by groups. And here also the meaning is something like that. One who has practiced vipassana in a usual way, that means beginning with contemplating on the aggregates and so on. Even such a person who is a wise one, who is as wise as Sariputta, should or is able to do so, even he has to do it by means of comprehension by groups. So even if one has practiced vipassana meditation in the usual way, beginning with comprehension of the comprehension of the impermanence and so on of different mind and matter. So even such a person has to do it by means of comprehension by groups, not comprehension by individual states. So comprehending by groups, take the whole group as the object of meditation, not individual members. In this way, so it seems that these states not having come to be, they vanish, and not by means of actual direct insight into states one by one as they arise. Such is the subtlety that this attainment reaches. So even one is an experienced practitioner of vipassana, one can do so only by groups and not go into states one by one. And this meaning should be illustrated by the simile of the water on the road. That is the same, the similar simile of the smearing the bowl with the oil. So he enters upon and so on. Now come the general. So the general explanation is, first is what? The first is that the Arupa Vajra jhanas have to surmount the object rather than the jhana factors. That means Arupa Vajra jhanas have different objects than different jhana factors, because they have the same number of jhana factors, 2 jhana factors. All of them have 2 jhana factors. So when you want to reach the higher Arupa Vajra jhana, you have to surmount the object and not the factors. That means you cannot eliminate the jhana factors, but you have to surmount the object. That means you have to take another object. So that is the first one. And the second, 59, is just a simile of how they are subtle, one more than the other. And there is a simile of a cloth, a very very thin cloth, weighing, say, maybe 1 ounce, 2 ounces, and so on. So this means that they are. The second is more subtle than the first, and the third is more subtle than the second, and so on. And then the next thing, 61. It's also a simile is given as some people holding on to some other thing, and then another man comes and hold on to him, and so on. So these are not difficult to understand. Then the next one is 64, and here the fourth Arupa Vajra jhana takes the third as object. And when you want to attain the fourth Arupa Vajra jhana, you say, oh, this third Arupa Vajra jhana is good, it is peaceful, it is good. You contemplate like that. Then if you say it is good, you are attached to it or you like it, right? But the answer here is no. Because you find fault with the king, But there is no other way to do it, you just follow him. So, 64. It takes this for its object since there is no other one as good. As men depend upon the king, whose faults they see for livelihood. So he cannot get away from the king because his livelihood depends upon the king. So although he doesn't like him, he has to be with him or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the last one, 66, also gives the how one has to hold on to or take as object the third one. The one who mounts a lofty stair leans on its railing for a prop. So when you mount a stair, then you have to lean on the prop. Or one who climbs an airy peak leans on the mountain's very top. So when you go up a mountain, then you have to hold on to the top. As one who stands on a cracked edge leans for support on his own knees. Sometimes you have to lean on your own knees. Each jhana rests on that below, for so it is with each of these. So in this way, one jhana depends on another, and so on. So this is the end of the fourth Haruvajra jhana. I have to rush through. The explanations are sometimes very involved. And what explanations also, because there is, as I said, some ambiguity in Pali words. So you can make a word mean something other than what it seems to mean. See, one may say that this is a adjectival compound. Then I will say no, it is another kind of compound, and I can explain it. So there lies the ambiguity of Pali words. And you know, we have lost the accent in Pali, but there was accent in older Sanskrit, Vedic Sanskrit or older Sanskrit. So in the older Sanskrit, they differentiate words by accent. Say one and the same word can be the adjectival compound or another kind of compound, but the word is the same. But they have different accents. The accent is on the first word or the second word. And so by accent they differentiate that this is the adjectival compound and not any other. But in later Sanskrit and in Pali we have lost that accent. And so when there is no accent, there is no way of ascertaining this is this only and not the other. So there comes the confusion about words. So I can explain it in any way I like if I'm familiar with these grammatical manipulations. So many words are explained in that way in the commentaries. So the word rupa sanya is made to mean the jhanas and also the objects. So it is true that he said here it is a play upon words, something like that. Okay.
What is for next week? What, chapter 11?
Next week,
Next chapter.
Yes, next chapter.
36.
I think not all, but let me see. But they are most of them are about 32 parts of the body again. So I think they are not so interesting, but see about until page 395 or 396, 2 lines up there. Paragraph 7, let me see, 83, chapter 11. That's about 23 pages? Yeah.
True.
Yes.
True.
So we discourage people from practicing.
He's had a cup of perilous butts.
Like people that get